Underneath Las Vegas, there is approximately 200 miles of tunnel network. These tunnels have become a secret world for the so-called mole people.
America's hidden worlds. From buried cities to doomsday bunkers, beneath the glittering surface of Las Vegas, there lies an intricate 200-mile network of tunnels. These underground passages have evolved into a clandestine world inhabited by those often referred to as the mole people. Across the United States, some of the most remarkable locations aren't found on any map. They lie beneath the earth. Imagine a fully operational city functioning deep underground while we live our lives on the surface above. This concept is a reality right here in the U.S. Drones have recently accessed areas hidden from public view, capturing evidence of entire concealed worlds beneath ordinary streets and tranquil hillsides. What if you knew that sometimes thousands of feet beneath your feet, complete complexes or even cities exist, capable of housing thousands of people? The scope of these hidden structures ranges from a forgotten historical city, buried by fire and mud, to a secret mountain base engineered to survive global catastrophe. One such location is a billion-dollar nuclear bunker concealed within a mountain. We are 2,000 feet underground inside of a mountain, and it is capable of surviving the largest atomic bombs ever made, an expert might explain. From this ultimate shelter to a vast cavern converted into an active industrial metropolis, these are America's secret underground cities. Raven Rock, the $1 billion doomsday fortress. You specifically asked for a description of Raven Rock. While the name Raven Rock isn't explicitly mentioned in the provided text, the description of the $1 billion nuclear bunker inside a mountain, capable of surviving atomic bombs and located 2,000 feet underground, is a clear and detailed reference to the complex known officially as the Raven Rock Mountain Complex, RRMC, also referred to as Site R. Here is a detailed description of the facility based on the script's information, which aligns perfectly with the known facts about RRMC and similar structures like Cheyenne Mountain. What it is: the complex is a highly hardened, self-sufficient underground military installation designed to serve as a secure command and control center during a catastrophic event, such as a large-scale nuclear attack. Location and secrecy. It is hidden inside a mountain, with its entrance marked by a sophisticated, man-made tunnel entrance rather than a natural cave opening. The structure is built into solid rock to maximize protection. Depth and structure. The core facility sits approximately 2,000 feet, 610 meters below the surface of the solid rock mass. Inside the mountain shield is an open space of about 5 acres, containing multiple multi-story buildings made of steel and concrete. Defense engineering. The entire complex is shielded by massive blast doors, each weighing many tons, designed to flex under extreme pressure, and is built upon hundreds of large steel springs, more than 1,000 in total. These springs allow the interior buildings to absorb shock waves from a nuclear blast or earthquake by shifting slightly, less than an inch, without suffering structural damage. Flexible cables and pipes connect all internal systems to prevent snapping during movement. What it's for, its purpose. The Raven Rock-style facility's primary purpose is continuity of government and military operations during a major global crisis, particularly a nuclear war, a concept originating from the Cold War. Ultimate survivability. The construction is specifically engineered to handle the shockwave from an extremely powerful nuclear explosion detonated within close proximity. The rock acts as the main shield, while the doors and springs preserve the internal systems and personnel protection against EMP. The complex is designed to be impervious to a high-altitude electromagnetic pulse, HEMP, which is a powerful energy wave resulting from an upper atmosphere nuclear detonation that can instantly destroy surface electronics. Its internal power systems, cabling, and rooms are heavily shielded and filtered so that essential functions can continue even if all external electronics fail. Self-sustaining life support. To support thousands of people indefinitely, the facility is completely self-reliant. Air. It uses special blast valves with heavy plates and filters that can slam shut to protect against shock waves and filter out chemical, biological, or radioactive particles from contaminated outside air, ensuring a breathable environment inside. Power. It possesses its own power plant with large diesel generators, substantial fuel reserves, and huge battery banks. Water. It draws water from internal mountain springs, storing it in massive excavated reservoirs, millions of gallons for drinking, firefighting, and millions more for cooling generators and systems. Functionality. Inside, the complex operates like a small city, featuring medical rooms, a cafeteria, fitness areas, a chapel, rows of sleeping bunks, dedicated offices, and command centers for senior military and government officials to manage and direct recovery efforts. In summary, Raven Rock, or a facility like the one described, is an unsinkable, high-tech, self-contained underground city built to guarantee that key military and governmental functions can survive the total destruction of surface infrastructure and continue operating without reliance on the outside world. The buried streets of Old Seattle. The modern streets of Seattle's Pioneer Square conceal a secret. An older version of the city sits buried directly beneath the current level. The history of the burial. The problem. Seattle's first iteration, built in the mid-1800s, suffered from poor location. It was constructed on soft-tide flats, leading to thick mud, sinking wagons, and frequent flooding during high tides. Primitive wooden sewers would back up with seawater, carrying waste back into town. The catalyst, the Great Seattle Fire, on June 6, 1889, destroyed approximately 25 city blocks and the entire business district. A worker accidentally ignited a pot of glue, and the fire rapidly spread through the wooden buildings and wooden sidewalks, which acted like dry fuse lines. The solution. City leaders decided to rebuild with two major mandates: fire resistance, new buildings had to be brick or stone, and raising the street level to escape the mud and tides. Crews poured tall concrete retaining walls along the old streets, then filled the space between the walls with dirt and sand washed down from nearby hills. The result, the new street level was typically 12 to 30 feet higher than the original ground floor. This left the ground floor storefronts and sidewalks of the surviving brick buildings in a dark concrete canyon, effectively creating a two-level city. The underground today. The skylights. To bring daylight to the submerged sidewalks, builders installed vault lights, small, thick glass blocks set into iron frames in the new pavement. These still sparkle in Pioneer Square today, many with a pale purple color due to manganese in the glass changing color after prolonged sun exposure. The purpose. For several years, customers accessed shops via ladders lowered from the new raised sidewalks. However, in 1907, officials condemned the underground sidewalks due to concerns over disease, like the bubonic plague, and the suitability of dark, crowded passageways. Modern discovery. The subterranean network was largely sealed and forgotten until 1964, when local history columnist Bill Speidel investigated reader queries. He found the evidence and spontaneously led the first public tour, leading to the creation of the popular underground tour business. Later, uses. Before being open to tours, the buried rooms and passages were reportedly used for storage, illegal lodging, secret gambling dens, prohibition-era bars, and opium dens. Subtropolis. The underground industrial metropolis. Subtropolis, located outside Kansas City, Missouri, is dubbed the world's largest underground business complex, a massive industrial city carved entirely out of rock, the genesis and structure origin. The complex is a huge man-made cave created from decades of mining. Bethany Falls limestone, a strong rock layer, in the bluffs above the Missouri River. Scale. The total excavated area is approximately 55 million square feet, with about 10 million square feet currently used as a business park. Parts of the mine are as deep as 160 feet below the surface. Method. The mining used a room and pillar method, leaving enormous thick square columns, pillars of high-strength limestone, about 25 textstock FTT, and times 25 textstock FT to support the roof, creating wide, permanent halls. Visionary, Lamar Hunt, founder of the Kansas City Chiefs, bought the operation in the 1960s and recognized the empty mine's potential as a unique, climate-controlled storage and business hub. Advantages and tenants' climate control. The greatest asset is the constant temperature, which remains around the mid to upper 60s Fahrenheit year-round, regardless of surface weather. This allows tenants to save 50% to 70% on energy costs compared to surface warehouses. Infrastructure. The interior features a grid of paved lit roads, 8 to 10 miles total, wide enough for semi-trucks, over 500 truck docks carved into the rock, and rail lines that allow freight trains to pull inside. Diverse users. The steady climate is ideal for storage, Ford Motor Company, Pillsbury, Russell Stover, sensitive materials, the U.S. Postal Service, collectible stamps, the National Archives, Federal Records and Films. High-tech. Data center operators who use the natural cool air for server cooling. Unique operations, a plant nursery, Bird's Botanicals, and an underground paintball arena. Houston's hidden workday city, the tunnel system. The Houston Tunnel System is not a natural cave or a remnant of old history, but a vast air-conditioned network of connecting walkways that forms a second city for office workers underneath the downtown core. Network and operation size. The main system connects approximately 95 city blocks and runs for about 6 miles beneath downtown Houston. Development. It began with a simple passage between 2 movie theaters in the 1930s. Growth accelerated in the 1960s as private building owners independently dug passages to connect their office towers, garages, and neighboring properties. The system grew organically, not from a single city plan. Design. The look of the tunnels constantly changes from block to block, different floor tiles, lights, and decor, because each building owner built and decorated their own section. Access. Access is primarily achieved by entering a street-level private building and taking an elevator or escalator down. Hours. The tunnels operate on office time, typically open only on weekdays from around 6 a.m. to 6:30 p.m., after which many doors are locked. The purpose? Escaping the weather. The necessity, Houston's severe summer heat, often in the 90s, and high humidity coupled with frequent heavy thunderstorms make walking outside uncomfortable or impractical for professionals in business attire. Function. The tunnels provide a climate-controlled route, allowing downtown workers to travel between office towers, parking garages, and the city's food courts completely sheltered from the weather. Amenities. At lunchtime, the tunnels are bustling with activity, featuring long lines at numerous food vendors, sandwich shops, bakeries, burger spots, as well as bank branches, clinics, copy centers, dry cleaners, and salons. The threat of flooding. The disaster. In June 2001, Tropical Storm Allison flooded downtown Houston, including the tunnel system itself, demonstrating the vulnerability of the underground network. Mitigation. In response, building owners installed new defenses at key entrances, including raised curbs, sloped ramps, and metal floodgates that can be sealed when heavy rain is expected.